Have you ever wondered what really separates a leader from a follower? I mean, what's the secret sauce? Well, you might be surprised to learn it's not what you think. Today, we're going to dive into a pretty powerful lesson on mindset. And our teacher is, well, it's an animal from the heart of the jungle. Let's get right into it.
So, if I ask you, who's the king of the jungle? We all know the answer, right? The lion. But have you ever stopped in, really, truly asked why? Why the lion? Because when you actually start to think about it, on paper, it makes almost no sense. The real reason is not what you'd expect. All right, so to figure this out, we've got to solve what I like to call the jungle's riddle. Before we can really understand why the lion is king, we need to look at the competition. And believe me, there are some serious contenders for the throne who you'd think are way more qualified.
Just think about it for a second. If being king was all about having the best stats, the crown would go to someone else. I mean, the tallest? That's the giraffe. Easy. The biggest and strongest animal out there? The elephant. No contest. The fastest? Psh, the cheetah leaves everyone in the dust. And what about the cleverest? You know the fox would outsmart them all. But here's the crazy part. None of them wear the crown.
So what does this tell us? It tells us that the very things we humans usually link with power, size, strength, speed, even raw intelligence, they're not the deciding factor here. It's a total paradox, right? All these amazing qualities, and they're not what's required to rule. So what's the missing piece of the puzzle? And that finally brings us to the lion. If it's not the biggest, not the strongest, and definitely not the fastest, then what on earth is its real strength? Where does all that power actually come from?
I mean, look at this. When you put the lions side by side with the other animals, it's outmatched in pretty much every single physical category. It's not even a fair fight. This just proves there has to be something else going on, something you can't see, something invisible, but powerful enough to change the entire game. And here it is. This is the secret weapon. The lion's power isn't in its claws or its teeth. It's all mental. It's a belief system. It's this absolute unshakable internal conviction about who it is. That one quality, that attitude, is what separates it from every other animal in the jungle.
So this all leads to this fascinating moment of truth. As the story goes, one day the lion was actually confronted, challenged on its right to rule. And its response? Well, it was the ultimate proclamation of its power.
Can you even imagine the nerve? To walk right up to the king of the jungle and basically say, hey, listen, you're not the biggest, you're not the fastest, you're not the strongest, so why are you the one in charge? It's a pretty fair question though, isn't it?
And the lion's answer? Oh, it's just everything. He simply says, I believe I am the king, therefore I am the king. Just let that sink in for a second. There are no excuses, no justifications. He doesn't point to his resume or his list of achievements. His entire claim to the throne comes from one place, inside his own mind. His power wasn't given to him, he declared it himself.
Now, obviously this whole story is about way more than just animals. This is a profound lesson in mindset. That one single sentence, I am the king, it's basically a blueprint for how we can define our own reality. So, what's the big takeaway for us? Well, first, that real leadership has nothing to do with your physical advantages or your resume. It's all about your attitude. Second, what you truly believe about yourself literally creates the world you live in. And finally, and this might be the most important part, you don't need to wait for anyone else to give you permission or to crown you. You crown yourself. If you boil it all down to one crucial point, it's this. Attitude isn't just a part of the game, your attitude is the game. The lion is king not because of what it can do, but because of who it believes it is. And that brings the question right back to you, doesn't it? See, when an elephant looks at a lion, it thinks predator. But when the lion looks at the elephant, it thinks lunch. It's all about perspective. So I'll leave you with this to think about. In the jungle of your own life, what do you truly believe about yourself?